Bears fans, there's a lot happening around this team right now, and honestly, some of these storylines are starting to get really interesting. We've got trade rumors involving pass rushers, questions about Caleb Williams heading into year two, concerns about the defensive line, and even more mysteries surrounding some unexpected roster decisions. The offseason might be quieter than the regular season, but make no mistake, the Bears are still one of the most talked-about teams in the NFL right now, and some big decisions could still be coming before Week 1 arrives. But before we continue, be sure to click the like button and write your opinion in the comments. The Chicago Bears could still make a major move before the season starts, and one name that continues to hover around the conversation is Kayvon Thibodeau. During the latest Bears mailbag discussion, the idea of Chicago trading for the Giants' pass rusher came up again after reports surfaced that New York previously wanted a second-round pick in return. That price immediately felt too steep, especially for a Bears team that still wants flexibility moving forward. But the interesting part is that the door clearly isn't fully closed. The belief right now is that if the price ever dropped to a third-rounder later in the offseason or closer to the trade deadline, the Bears might seriously consider making that call. What makes this fascinating is the timing. Chicago doesn't appear desperate today, but there's definitely awareness inside the fan base that the pass rush still has unanswered questions. The Bears want to evaluate the current edge group throughout OTAs and training camp before committing assets. At the same time, the Giants are trying to figure out what their own defense looks like after recent additions, meaning both sides may simply be waiting for more clarity before revisiting discussions. If the Bears feel they're one impact rusher away by October, that's when a move like this suddenly becomes realistic. Another major topic surrounding the team right now is the veteran free agent market, because there are still recognizable names available that could strengthen the trenches immediately. Players like Cameron Jordan, Jadeveon Clowney, Joey Bosa, and Von Miller were all mentioned as potential fits if Chicago decides it needs another experienced edge presence. The defensive tackle market has already thinned significantly, making edge rusher the more realistic area for a late addition. The Bears appear comfortable waiting for now, but there's definitely a sense that one veteran signing before camp remains on the table. Then there's the strange and still mysterious situation involving Z. Frazier, which continues to raise questions among Bears fans. The timeline itself is bizarre. Chicago drafted him in the 5th round. He participated in rookie minicamp and off-season activities, arrived at training camp, and then suddenly disappeared from the team shortly afterward. Initially, many assumed it was a temporary personal matter, but he never truly returned to football activities in a meaningful way during the season. Eventually, he was placed on the NFI list, and although there were reports he was back around the team building late in the year, the Bears have now officially moved on. The key takeaway from the discussion was simple. Trust appears to have been lost somewhere along the way. No confirmed details were provided, and there was a clear effort not to speculate recklessly about personal matters. But the organization clearly reached a point where they no longer believed continuing the investment made sense. That's a brutal outcome for a 5th-round pick who actually possessed intriguing athletic traits and developmental upside. At 6.3, nearly 6.4, with strong speed and press-man potential, there was real curiosity about what he could eventually become in this defense. Instead, the Bears are turning the page before fans ever truly got to see him on the field. The conversation also shifted toward the biggest storyline of the entire franchise, Caleb Williams, and what happens if his second season doesn't go according to plan. The belief remains that Chicago is still highly committed to him long-term, but there's acknowledgement that regression this year would dramatically change the tone around the organization. Even if he struggles, the expectation would still be for the Bears to keep him as the starter and likely pick up his 5th-year option unless things completely collapse. But extension talks? that becomes much more complicated. Right now, there's still confidence surrounding Caleb because the flashes were obvious during his rookie year, even if consistency wasn't always there. The expectation is growth, not stagnation. If the Bears' offense takes the next step under his leadership, the franchise finally stabilizes at quarterback. But if things move backward, suddenly every conversation becomes much louder, much more uncomfortable, and much more uncertain heading into the future. And maybe the most divisive topic among Bears fans right now centers around Rome Odunze. There's growing frustration from supporters who feel the criticism surrounding Odunze has become completely exaggerated this offseason. Some fans are acting like his injury-plagued stretch defines his entire future, while others still believe he can develop into Chicago's top receiver. The reality is probably somewhere in the middle. He battled through a stress fracture in his foot, continued trying to play through pain, and still managed to show flashes of elite potential, including a spectacular scramble drill catch from Caleb late in the year. There's still real optimism internally about what he can become if healthy. The Bears clearly believe their roster is stronger than last year, but there are still several unresolved storylines hanging over this team before the regular season arrives. Will Chicago trade for another pass rusher? Will they sign a veteran edge? Can Caleb Williams make the leap? And is Rome Odunze about to silence the doubters in a massive way? What do you think is the biggest unanswered question surrounding the Bears right now? So now the question goes to you, Bears fans. Do you believe this team already has enough to compete? Or do the Bears still need one more major move before the season begins? Is adding a pass rusher like Kayvon Thibodeau the missing piece? Or are you more focused on seeing Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze take that next step together this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is one of the biggest debates surrounding Chicago right now, and I want to hear exactly where you stand on it. And if you want non-stop Chicago Bears coverage all off-season long, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, turn on notifications, and hit that like button so you never miss breaking news, trade rumors, roster updates, and exclusive Bears analysis. We're bringing you daily content all the way through training camp and the regular season, so stay locked in. And when you're done watching this video, click the one that's on your screen right now because the latest Bears news and updates are waiting for you there. The fastest and most complete Chicago Bears coverage is right here.